Hey, recording started.
Sweet. Now we can get down to business. Deb.
And talk about Queen of the Damned. Huh? I said it before the 20 seconds. Queen of the Damned.
Man, you did that. And you just, that's sometimes my joy is to try to break you before you can't say it.
I know.
I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel.
I know.
But let's get to the real meat at hand. Deb, have you finally decided what hip hop group that you want to be in?
Oh, no, I stopped thinking about it.
That was the pregame. Cobweb wanted to know what hip hop group we would be in. I said I'd be in Run DMC.
Right. And I said I would be in Digital Underground.
And I don't know who I would be.
Deb, don't say Sugar Hill Gang.
No, she said she wanted to be a backup dancer for JJ for
Missy Elliott.
For Missy Elliott. There you go. Because she would have the bag. She'd be like one of the bag people.
Yeah. But just doing that because I can't dance.
You know you don't want to be a backup dancer for Lizzo. I'm just saying. Allegedly. I'm not.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on but what's happening here.
You don't know about other. I don't know about mistreatment and harassment and like all those modern words now about people's feelings and shit that. Yeah, I'm allegedly. The thoughts and views of alleged people do not allegedly mean anything along with the alleged thoughts and views of anybody else from Cast of the Pod, Ecoside Productions, Hybrid Media Productions, or anything like that.
Okay, that's a long story short.
Queen of the Dam.
Right. Now since we all got this started, Josh, let's just get right to the meat of this because we've been waiting for this, and I know everybody wants to jump into this right now. What's the name of your favorite rap group that you would be in?
I said Run DMC.
Oh, man, that's right.
Did you forget?
Deb, you got to give him the answer so he can remind me.
I don't know.
Do the intro and then laugh at me because he had to remind me to do the intro. Just give him an answer.
It was like I forgot like what I was supposed to say.
Is that why you said that?
Yeah, I did. I forgot that we just had this long conversation.
Hey, you know what?
This is going to be a very interesting episode here.
Warning.
Josh, you better do one thing.
This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
Oh shit! Even the YouTube people didn't get to see because I played the video before Cobweb could remind me about it, but I can still see all of our faces.
I was going to ask you, can you see us?
I can still see y'all. Cobweb had this motherfucker look on his face.
Did I? I can't remember. Yeah,
but see, then I can hear them too. I can hear y'all too, and I already threw the intro in, and Cobweb's like, "Josh, go ahead and." Like he was just about to say, go ahead and play that intro. And then if you're on YouTube, he was like, yeah, all happy and like.
Man, I felt a little jaded at the time. But,
Jaded.
You can't help it right now. It's been a rough day, but that's why I'm here.
So like when people see the video, is it gonna go straight into the intro?
They'll see the intro. They won't see.
They won't see it. Okay.
They won't see us.
Because I was probably like.
A quick shout out, real quick, to our.
You okay over there?
Quick shout out to Chuckles, who was on here earlier, and Cobweb's Alexa absorbed all of his bandwidth.
He did that on purpose, Josh.
He's got the Alexa of Doom over there.
He did that on purpose because remember when he was saying, I'm not being replaced? He did some.
Right. Wait. I did my speed test.
He did some spell.
Because Cobweb has the Alexa of
Doom.
The elixir of doom.
Right. So
But-
the speed test says I'm at 187 megabytes per second download
With the 187, that's slow.
and 37.2 megabytes upload.
37.2 up?
Yeah,
What?
that's what it says.
That's horrible.
And you know what? Well, look what we're running in this goddamn house.
I'm
we run a lot of
running.
stuff. We run a lot of stuff all the time.
I'm running mine right now as we're streaming and talking to each other. So I'm running my test right now. Not that I'm trying to flex or nothing like that.
What up?
One up, Josh.
I always trying to one
The
up
term
somebody.
coined by our friend Chuckles.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
so
Didn't somebody tell you that today? Not today, but this past
we were
week at
talking to
work.
somebody and it's like, "Oh, Josh went up," and I was like, "What? You don't even know. You don't even know." Okay, so I've got 1,000 download, and I've got 796.8 upload.
Oh, that ain't nothing. I mean, what?
So I've got 1,000 down and almost 800 up.
Yeah, but can you?
That's
but can
good.
you- I guess. I mean,
We're both recording on the
We're
same,
both streaming live on the same system, and then all of
and
our
I
other
have my
stuff's
TV on,
connected.
and my TV in the front.
okay. I mean, what do you want? I mean, what do you want? This is Chicago. This is what you're gonna get. Okay. This is high speed internet. Okay. Okay. All right. It looks good. Nothing's freezing. Take what you can get and take your ass on. You know what I'm saying?
Look at his face.
Because it's true.
He's like, first he takes the intro away. Now he's talking shit about my connection.
Right. I mean, it ain't me. It's man, blame it on the white truffle cheese. Okay.
He's
Why?
got truffle. You got truffle cheese? The truffles? Man.
It's gonna be
Deb
a
and I
great
over
day.
here in the hood with 1,000 down and
800. Oh,
that. That's why we got a good connection, because even though we live in the hood, there's like only 2 other houses that have internet connections.
Oh no! Everybody does this stuff out here. That's all everybody does in the neighborhood is everybody streams. You know, if you have kids, there's no such thing as cable.
Cobweb's over there flexing, showing the, oh, look at my dog barking at the deer as they meander through my backyard.
What? I mean, it's true. I mean,
and
what,
sometimes
was
you got
flexing?
coyotes, and they do that laugh.
And then me and Deb are in the middle.
I've seen them.
No, me and Deb are in the middle of the podcast, and then all of a sudden you hear, "Hey, crackhead, get out my backyard!"
Oh shit!
And Cobweb's over here like, "Oh, here's a family of deer. Doe, a deer, a female deer."
Big change right there, baby. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's true.
But you know what? We got 1,000. We got 1,000. What is it? Up,
Down, 1,000 down.
800 up.
Yeah, you guys gotta be beat out. You gotta be beat out on the crackhead ratio by far. You got that hands down.
Oh shit!
Oh, you know,
The price we gotta pay for a good internet connection.
you gotta have more crackheads in your neighborhood. Somebody call Tyrone. Because they have to have good internet connection because of the underground bunkers. So
Yeah.
that's why the
Oh no,
internet
no,
is so
no!
good.
Hey.
Wait, hold on, wait. We will remind me when we're done potting today about Queen of the Dam, because I don't want to say exactly where Deb and I live, but
Well, you would tell-
something we'll let you know. Going along with what you just said right now, remind us about underground bunkers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're supposed to be talking about Queen of the Dam since we
Queen
brought
of
that
the
back
Dam.
around.
Yes.
All right, Josh, what's the IMDb on this thing?
All right, so it's a 2002 film, an hour 41 minutes long, directed by Michael Reimer, writers Anne Rice, Scott Abbott, Michael Petroni, stars Aaliyah, Stuart Townsend, and Marguerite Moreau. And let's see the breakdown. In this loose sequel to the interview of the Vampire Chronicles, the vampire Lestat becomes a rock star whose music wakes up the equally beautiful and monstrous queen of all vampires. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's about it, right?
yeah.
that
I mean,
does
it explains it. It explains it.
Yeah, kind of nailed it. I gotta say, when I rewatched this movie, because I haven't seen it in a long time,
Right.
I was really taken back.
To the
By-
90s.
Yeah, and I was impressed a bit about this movie. Yeah, it did. I was very impressed.
How so, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm gonna get off to the straight bat. Aaliyah was outstanding in this movie. I really thought that for me, I don't think there has been, and she's been the only one I know of color as a female vampire lead in a movie. She was the first and the only one. She's like one of the more serious black vampires in movies.
Okay.
You don't really see that too often. You know, they're always like some joke or something like that. You got like Blade.
Blackula. Blade's no
Blackula-
joke.
But Blackula was a funny. That's kind of goofy movie, man. That was kinda
Exploitation
funny.
type.
Yeah, that was exploitation type. So that's that. But as for like a serious vampire movie like that was her, and there hasn't been one since. I mean, she kind of like set a trend right there. Honestly, tell the truth, that nobody actually thought about. I mean, she scared the shit out of me in that club. You know, I mean, it was good. You know, the one thing you can see about this movie is that I believe that she died before they could finish it, and you could tell like in some of the scenes
They
with
had to
in
use
it-
her. Speaking of that, they had to use her brother's voice to do the ADR, and then make it more feminine digitally. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah.
No. You're absolutely right. There was things that they would had to do to compensate for that hurt the film. You know, there were some shots that you would have been like, I don't think I would have used that right there. You know what I'm saying? But that might have been the only thing that they had at the time because they never got a chance to reshoot it. You know, so they had to use that footage, you know, that they wouldn't have used, you know. So with that being implied, you have to like take that with a grain of, you know, what it is and being like, hey, this is the tragedy that also fell with this movie. You know, man,
Yeah.
maybe the vampires got ticked off and maybe they, man.
I don't know why our dogs are going ape shit right now.
Because we're recording.
Yeah.
It's always like that.
Yeah.
So I'm on essence.com right now. And Vonetta McGee, well, she was in Blackula though, so that don't count. Then there was Ganja and Hess. Let's see. Marlene Clark. She was in Ganja and Hess. Grace Jones. And Vamp. How were we going to forget Grace Jones?
Grace Jones?
Yeah.
She was in a vampire movie?
She's the lead in Vamp. We got to do that.
I did not know this.
1986.
I did not actually see this. I've only seen one Grace Jones movie ever, and that was Boomerang.
What about Conan the Destroyer?
Maybe. It's kind of hard to say. Those were like the on TV days.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
so I don't remember too much. You know.
What is the movie Vamp? Which one's that one?
It's about vamps.
Yeah. But I mean, it was a good I liked it. I like the movie a lot.
We can't talk about the movie Vamp right now because we're talking about Queen of the Damned.
I'm talking about Queen
We
of the
are
Damned.
talking about Queen of the Dam.
Right, and I'm saying I like the movie, and I just told you why. I mean, it's a tragedy within it. You know, you just have to take that as one of the things about it that it is. You know, and that's what makes it great because they took something that was like, they made something that could have been like really bad and nothing could have came out of it, and they still came out with something like this. You know, the whole concept of the queen being stuck in the statue and stuff like that. You know, and she didn't want to move until she actually felt, compassion to move, and he swayed her by playing the fiddle, in front of her. You know what I'm saying? And then when she came back and the husband's throat was slashed, the statue, she killed him. What the hell?
She did herself.
Woo!
She was just bored. She's like, I don't want to do nothing. And then he was like, you hungry? She's like, I don't want to say nothing. And he was like, what do you want to eat? She's like, well, if I had to tell you, then I don't want anything. He's like, look, I want to make you happy. What do you want? Let me know what you want, and that's what you'll get. Well, if you don't know, then that's on you. And he's like, I'm trying to know. I'm trying to understand you, Queen of the Damned, as I am your King of the Damned. Anything you want, I'll get it for you. I'll make your dreams come true. But or if you don't know me by now, then that's on you. The story of life.
I thought that the reason why she and they were like that because they did get bored. They got bored and they just said because they conquered the world and there was nothing else for them to do. So they went to sleep so they could come back and conquer the world over again. When the time was right. And that's what it was. That's what they were going to do.
And you saw what woke her up, right? The music of corn.
Yep.
The music of corn.
Yep.
I can see, I'm going blind. I can see, I'm going blind. I can see.
Yeah, because Lestat, the music Lestat was playing was Jonathan Davis.
It was actually Jonathan Davis from Korn that was singing all the parts.
Oh, really?
And that's what woke her up because he was playing. Well, what was he playing? Was he playing the violin? Right?
Yeah.
First time.
First time. He was playing that, and then that's when she woke up. She moved her hand, and then he went and bit it.
I don't know if I like.
Right?
I like the movie. I like where it went, but I don't know if it was very. It came out in 2002, but it was very 1995 feeling.
Yeah.
Really?
It felt very to coin Nesto, who we need to bring out on here. It felt very dated. Very the graphics. When she came out of the fire, it was like they didn't need to do
on the
this
stage.
Scene. No, at the bar when she walked out of the bar on fire, it's like they didn't even need to do that. They could have just shown another scene or something.
I did like how she killed everybody.
That shit was hard as hell.
She whooped everybody's ass in the bar. No, but when she walked out, go back and look at how the fire looked, and it's like
I know how it looked, but I'm telling you now that even with it on there, the whole concept I understand. That joke was hard. I know. I just watched it like a minute ago. That's my favorite scene in the damn movie.
I didn't like the way she was moving in the bar.
I thought that joke was elegant, and it was very seductive and dangerous.
She
was radiating power. They buckled back when they first saw her.
She looked like somebody
running his mouth.
She looked like some hot vampire that for the first time in her life she saw somebody popping and unlocking, and like how my dad. She looked like how my dad looks when he tries to make fun of people popping and locking. That's what she looked like when she was moving.
That's what she may have. See, that's the thing. They knew. They were so used to being what they were predators all the time. They sensed that she was dangerous when she first walked in. But none of them really. I don't know what they were thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because if honestly tell the truth, every single one of them, they should have bowed down to her.
Yes, I agree.
When she walked in, because she is their queen. And for all of them to step up to her like they did, man, she's lucky. What did you think was going to happen? The queen. She is the queen of vampires, and they all attacked her. She burnt the place to the damn ground.
We're not disagreeing.
Yeah, we're not disagreeing with that. We're talking about
We're just talking about the way she was moving. I didn't like the way she moved. She was beautiful, very intimidating. She was a fucking badass. I don't disagree on anything on that. She was badass, but I didn't like the way she was trying to do her, like she was moving, like walking.
If she would have just been standing there listening to the music, and she was like moving that way or whatever, that's fine. But as she's like trying to walk, it's like, I don't know.
She's from a different time. Remember?
Yeah, but still,
they didn't walk like that back then neither.
How do you know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You know.
Salma Hayek in It went through my head. Salma Hayek, when she
Dust
came,
Till Dawn.
Yes, Dust Till Dawn. When she was dancing, if she would have came out like doing moves like that, but I'm saying me personally, my opinion, I didn't like the way she was moving.
I thought it was kind of like it was almost like a serpent-like feel.
I think that's what she was going for. It just didn't feel.
It just looked weird.
Maybe because she passed away. Maybe she hadn't got it down yet, and that's what she was working on.
Finish. That's the thing. Again.
But that's. I don't know. All I know is those vampires are lucky that Delroy Lindo didn't show up to kick all their asses for messing with this baby girl like that. You know who Delroy Lindo is?
From that other movie. I forgot the name of it. Yes, Romeo's dead.
Her dad and Romeo must die. Because he was going to fuck some people up.
No, she was a badass. She was a good choice for Queen of the Damned. I'm just saying that one particular scene.
They had more for her planned in that movie than what was actually they had to bring to the table. They said that from the get-go. I mean,
but they mixed two stories together just because they were trying to get they were about to lose the rights for Interview the Vampire. So that's actually two books that they put together in this movie and just kind of rushed a whole bunch of shit. And so I wouldn't put it past them to be like, all right, let's film this one scene. And yeah, that's great. That's fine. Even before she passed away.
Yeah, they probably had some stuff like that. Let's just get this out of the way right now. And
they're like, Aaliyah, looks great. Yes, looks great.
Right. And they'll come back later. We'll reshoot it again, so we get the concept down. You know what I'm saying? And see what looks at it. I mean, they were filming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's what you do. And sometimes they had to take those edits as what they are. And their budget was all messed up. Because who wants to put any more money into that movie at that time after Aaliyah had passed away? But they weren't thinking. The concept was that maybe you should put more money into the movie because you're going to get more draw because of her fan base.
Yeah.
And it's like a cult following with that.
And so there's the scene when they're out at the concert and all that, and like she makes her appearance, but then Mac shows up and comes to find out that he double crossed her dad, and then Han's there just like spiral kicking people in the face. And that's Romeo Must Die Again. Shit.
I was like, what?
What is he talking about?
And then Anthony Anderson shows up and he's a bad guy. And she's like, fuck you, Maurice. And just
Maurice. Yeah. Who the fuck is Maurice?
That's back to Romeo Must Die.
Oh,
well, actually, Maurice, isn't he the other vampire, Lestat, the one that made Lestat?
He something like that, yeah.
His name was Maurice.
I like that concept that they had with the vampires too in this one, where when they bite you,
Marius.
They absorb your knowledge.
That happens in a lot of movies.
It was pretty good in this one. I mean, it was like a point that they made about it. I don't know too many about that. Which other movies were like that?
All of them.
I don't know. On some movies that happens to some people. It absorbs your knowledge.
Or at least the like general knowledge, but not your memories. I can't remember shit right now.
I know. She as the Queen of the Damned did it to us.
Yes,
she absorbed our knowledge.
Brain freeze. He got a brain freeze. That's what you get. That's what you get. Talking shit. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Breathe out. Breathe in.
Isn't that wasn't that in a vampire movie too? Aren't we supposed to be talking about what happens in these movies?
Yes.
So Lestat, they show Lestat when he was made by Marius, and he's like, you can never have a girlfriend again unless you plan on killing her. He's like, what? He goes, yeah. And so there's this.
He's like, sign me up.
There's this girl and her dad out on the beach playing violin, and then he goes and went down to Georgia on the violin himself, and then she's like, oh my my God, he's an amazing player. He must be the devil. It's the devil. It's the devil. And then
Well, his eyes change colors.
Your eyes don't.
Josh's eyes change colors all the time.
His eyes, when he's playing the fiddle, his eyes change.
My eyes go. My eyes go brown, gray, and green.
And green.
His went yellow. And that's how she
did they do three colors? No, they do. I do. Mine do
in the dark.
Yes.
Yeah. They do. Okay, no lie, they do.
I'm sorry, I've never looked deeply into your eyes, Josh. So I'm taking Deb's word on it.
So that's the irony thing of me having the irony thing of me having these crossed eyes, because my eyes are all stupid because this one gets all crazy crossed, but they're beautifully crossed.
You are beautiful, Josh. You're very beautiful.
You know what?
It's true.
You guys are over having this love fest over here, and I'm over killing myself with this Sonic slushy.
Because you said you weren't. I get strawberry because I don't get brain freezes with strawberries.
See, all y'all don't.
Little patch.
All of y'all don't know. Before the pod, Cobweb literally said, I get the fresh fruit Sonic freezes because it prevents brain freezes from happening.
And I said, I bet you 5 minutes into the podcast you're gonna get one.
Hey, it wasn't 5 minutes, okay?
It wasn't, but it was still in the middle of the podcast.
It's on tape.
My head still hurts a little bit.
He's like, the fruit prevents it from coming up, and then I don't get any brain freezes.
So look, we have to talk about
the little
movie.
Glass,
we
the
are
little glass in his eye.
At Cast of the Pod.
No, we're a horror movie.
We didn't even introduce ourselves.
Oh, yeah, we
and
did.
Deb and myself, Josh.
I'm Deb.
Right, and obviously I'm Cobweb. I mean, people on YouTube see my name down there.
Yeah. Well, I was saying, if they're watching the video, you could see our names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh, why did you jump?
Oh, squirrel.
I didn't jump.
Yeah, you did. You jumped.
They can also call 786-763-2278. Leave us a message. I'm missing messages from Chucky. I miss Chucky. Chucky back in the day. He might have to make a relapse.
They can always come on back. Everybody's welcome here at Cast of the Pod.
I miss Chuckles and Chucky.
I don't even know where to go with that. I really don't even know where to go.
There's nowhere to go. I'm saying I literally miss Chuckles and I miss Chucky.
I'll tell y'all after the show.
Oh my goodness.
I know what she's talking about, and it's not Chucky or Chuckles related, but we had a conversation. I know where you're going with that, Deborah. But okay, so we find out how Lestat was made, and this is when Tom Cruise made Brad Pitt like 4 years after he got made. So he wasn't even a vampire for like 100 years or something. 4 years into it, and he's like, I'm fucking bored. I need to make me a dude.
I couldn't even make himself a girl.
I don't think I've ever really seen that movie from beginning to end.
That's a good movie.
I've never seen it because it seems so boring to me. I've never seen it.
Deb, relax, Deb. Relax.
I'm serious. I know it's kind of like whatever. Can't Cobweb? How is that possible? What? I'm being honest with you. It's like that.
How did you not think?
That's a good movie.
I mean, why do you want to interview a vampire? I never understood that. I mean, goddamn, fuck that. You got to be in a room with them. I don't even want the motherfuckers on my damn phone number. So I don't understand why you would want to interview one. What the hell is that shit about? You got a that
was
the same
another.
Way you don't want to attract attention to these fools to get on their radar. As soon as you're on their damn radar, that's it.
So the subplot to this story is that there's this Irish chick that they have like the Watchers that watch vampires, and she's all like, he's over here, and in his music he calls himself the Vampire Lestat, and everybody's all like, yeah, goofy vampire in the real world, haha, it's a gimmick, whatever. And she finds out that some of the stuff he's reading is stuff that happened 200 years ago and shit like that. So she realizes he's probably a real vampire. And all the people that do the vampire watching stuff, they're like, yeah, we knew that. And she gets all mad. She's like, you didn't tell me that you knew that? I just did all this work. I went to London. I found this shit. And they're like, yeah, we knew that already. You're wasting too much time. We're supposed to watch. We're not supposed to interfere.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
my point of
they just did the same thing.
My point of bringing this up is she dresses up all hot and rocker chick from back in the day, boobs all popping out the top, right on the top of her neck, bottom of her chin from her outfit. Yep. And she's all like, I want to know. Show me your secrets. I want to be like you. And he's like, oh, you want to be like me? You want to be like me? All right. And he goes, rips this chick's head off to feed. And he's like, okay, you want to do this? And she's like, no.
What she was thinking about it, though. She was thinking about it.
Well, I mean, she let him turn her later on in the movie. Spoiler alert, they've been warned. But
she didn't let him. He just turned her.
She walked to him.
Well, that was the whole thing. And she was like, go ahead and do it.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
She's like, I'm ready.
So she knew, she had faith in him that he was going to con Aaliyah, Akasha. Her real name sounds better than her vampire name. She knew and had faith in him that she was going to con him, and it was just all part of the show and all that. So she knew she was going to end up being a vampire. But it's, I'm just saying, if I'm going to get vampire powers and get to live eternally and all that, I don't go out in the sun now as it is, unless I'm at work. So I'm just saying.
This is what I don't understand about this. Oh. It's not the wink. Here's something I'm trying to figure out right now about this movie. So when the whole thing with her being in the stone, was that a
metaphor for boredom. I ain't got nothing else to do.
Well, why did that lady then at the end, when she drained the last of her life, she went into like stone?
Because it was in the script.
Yeah, they said that she drank the last thing of blood. Yeah,
right.
Because in the movie, when what's his name, Marius, had made Lestat, and he was feeding. He told him, I think you should stop already, because he explained that if you drank all the way until they died,
that it kills you.
Right.
And so she tells Lestat, step back. And she does the whole thing about how she doesn't have her life anymore. She doesn't have her family anymore, blah, 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 blah. So it looks like she's giving up her life in order to stop Aaliyah, right?
Right.
And then she turns into a statue. And then that one line, she's not dead. She's asleep. Forever. Yeah, that's dead.
Right. I don't understand.
Well, she's a vampire anyway. Isn't she dead?
Right. Couldn't she come out of that statue when she wanted to, like Aaliyah did?
Well, Aaliyah,
she needs to wait. She needs to wait until some 115-pound dude that's like
plays the violin for her.
6'3", but he's 115 pounds, and he's singing Disturbed. He's like, ooh, wah, or whatever.
See, I'm be honest with you. There's a little hole right there in that story right there. That seemed kind of weird to me.
Why?
Because it didn't really make too much sense, But I get it. She didn't want him. She didn't want him to give up his life, and she gave up hers for it.
Well, because her niece was in love with him. That's why she did it, and she was bored anyways. So she was going to turn to stone anyways. It's just a metaphor for being bored.
She was trying to be the hero of the story.
Yeah, right.
She lost her life for everybody else.
See, this is something I'm trying to figure out too, because if you think about it, when the musician guy, right, he says that he was always looking for old dude all the time.
You mean Lestat?
Right. Lestat, right. He was looking for him all the time, but he could never find him, because he left him. Okay, now here's the concept of that, okay? But he told him, like, later on, I always knew where you were. I made you, so I always know where you are all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, now, he didn't know that?
No, because he wasn't taught that.
He never made anybody then.
No, he didn't.
Well, going by Interview with a Vampire, he made Louis back in the day in New Orleans when it was like, yeah, back in 1776 and shit like that.
Really? You know what? I'm gonna look this thing up. I'm gonna have to get involved in this.
I was confused too with the movie with the whole where it can, because it's supposed to be a continuation after Interview with the Vampire, right?
So who made this movie? Hold on. Which company?
Anne Rice?
No. It wasn't her fault. She saw this movie once and said, "Fuck that movie." Seriously, she did. Who put this movie out? What company put this out?
Did she like Interview with the Vampire?
More than this. Oh, that's why.
Warner Brothers.
Exactly.
Oh, Bugs Bunny money.
The same people that are like, hey, we have these awesome stories from DC that are these awesome animated movies that are fucking amazing. So let's just make Blue Beetle and some bullshit. Let's fuck up Batman. Let's fuck up Superman.
They're the ones that did Joker too, right?
Let's fuck up the Flash. Yeah.
You know,
all they got to do is whoever does their animated shit, let their animated people do the live action shit. Because they kill it with those animated ones.
Yeah, but they're always over the top too much.
They're comic books. That's what I mean. So who?
It's a little bit more over the top.
So they're like, we have this book. This is perfect. Let's do this exactly opposite. We're gonna use this as a guide. And when it says turn left, we'll go right. When it says go forward, we'll go backwards.
Pretty much.
Can't tell me. Can't tell me what to do.
Look.
I do what I want.
I'm doing what I want. I'm DC Comics. I can do what
I want. I do what I want.
And it's all gonna suck. And guess what? I don't care. I can do what I want.
Because I still got that Bugs Bunny money. Mm-hmm. So look at this. Have you seen the new video game Mortal Kombat 1?
I saw the preview for it today.
I am 66% into the movie part of it, the story side of it, and it is 1,000,000% better than the damn recent Mortal Kombat movie remake.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So here they got these video game people that are killing it in stories, and they're like, let's make this movie. This is what we do. We put stories to film. So what automatically fuck it up?
You know, that's like this. Like I never understood why these people that always play Grand Theft Auto, right? They play this game and they act like, you know, they just play the online stuff. They never do the story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all they do. Now I've been
Call of Duty.
Same with Call of Duty, all that stuff. The first thing I do when I turn it on is I play the game because I want to see the story.
Play the game. Yep.
Right, and it's a lot better. I mean, I knew people that's like, you can beat the game. You know, I was like, what? Like, yeah, you can.
Yeah, motherfucker, it's a game. It's a game.
They're like, there's a game. It's not only online.
You get paid. No.
I was waiting for that.
You know where that's from? You know where that's from?
No.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. As bad as that Street Fighter movie was, there was so much good in it. And I
love that movie.
That's at the end when DJ is telling, he was like, if we're a bad guy, why do you do this? He goes, because all the money he was paying me, man. And he goes, you get paid?
You get paid?
Oh my goodness.
With that bad wannabe Jamaican accent that DJ had. All the freaking money that he's paying me. You'll get paid.
Oh, he was like Kofi Kingston.
But do I owe this honor of your visit, Chang Song?
Deborah, that's Mortal Kombat 1.
I know.
The old school Mortal Kombat movie fucking kicked ass.
Yes, I know. I know
we're supposed to be talking about Queen of the Damned, but that old school Mortal Kombat movie has the best movie intro, almost as good as Ghost Ship.
We've already discussed this.
Because like the movie's just there, and then it says New Line Cinema, Mortal Kombat goes in straight into the movie. No, your soul is mine.
It's mine.
It's not all that. It's not
dude,
better than
and then
it's not as bad as Evil Dead Rise.
That's apples and oranges, bro. Apples and oranges.
Apples and oranges.
Two totally different things that are both great. Can't compare apples and oranges. You compare red apples to green apples, but you can't compare apples to oranges. It's two different shits.
I'm never gonna win this. Let's go back to talking about Queen of the Damned.
Nope, you're not.
One more thing. Deborah brought up those bars from Goro in Mortal Kombat. We got to talk about that. When Kano walks in and then he's talking a whole bunch of shit. He's like, I'm an underworld boss back where I'm from. How lucky for them back home. And then Shang Tsung walks in and he goes, what do we owe the honor of your visit, Shang Tsung? He just like sings it with that Goro voice. Good shit.
And then when Kano tells Sonya about cutting her from ear to ear.
We've seen this movie way too many times.
I understand. I used to play the video game on a relentless basis because I had that student loan money. Mm-hmm. So I used to literally play like $5 every day of Mortal Kombat at the arcade.
I missed the arcade. I missed the arcade.
And what about this?
I used to play every day. I was really good. I was really good at Mortal Kombat. I remember once I played my wife once when we were kids, when we were like teenagers. That's how long I've known her. And I beat her with my eyes closed. You know, and she still hates it to this day.
Here's
and what about Street Fighter the animation, the cartoon one?
Movie? Yeah, that was a good one too.
When Sonya scratched or cut Vega's face.
My beautiful
and then
face,
she's like,
I'll make you suffer. Yeah,
I've never seen that.
You've never seen Street Fighter the animated? The first? Oh my god, bro.
No. I mean, I wasn't a big Street Fighter guy. I told you.
Okay, that's it. Today we're ending the pod. We're ending the pod.
Oh yeah, we're podcasting.
Exactly. We're supposed to be talking about Queen of the Damned. And you guys over here getting on me about Mortal Kombat and everything else like that. And come on. I mean,
I'm still in shock that you said that Interview with the Vampire was boring. When
that's one of Deb's that's one of Deb's top two.
Queen of the Damned. I'm gonna come straight out and say Queen of the Damned didn't have enough of Aaliyah in it.
Yes, I agree.
I loved the movie when I first saw it back in the day, and to be honest with you, I didn't remember a lot of it, but I knew that I just loved it
now, and I just saw it yesterday.
Yeah. And then when I saw it yesterday, I was like remembering, like, it's called Queen of the Damned. Like, why are we only seeing her in a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't understand.
She
like,
died.
Yeah.
Well,
I know. That's a tragedy again.
I forgot.
It makes you want more. It made you want more. I mean, it is what it is. That's all they had. You know, that's like her time here.
The best scene for me,
very short.
The best scene for me in the movie was when Lestat felt bad for killing that girl and her Devil Went Down to Georgia dad. That's the best not Aaliyah scene. And then when she kills off all the vampires in the Admiral's arms, when they're like, we're going to tear him apart and disembowel him, and all, she's like, oh. She was like, oh, I can't even do her accent. Oh, really, you are? And then she whoops everybody's ass. That's amazing. That's the best part with her. And then they did that lame ass walking out of the fire. She didn't need to walk out of the fire.
Well, she was protecting him. She told him that later on. He was like, you're protecting me. He didn't even realize. She said, she was vanquishing enemies that he was not even aware of.
You know what
the power of the queen.
You know what the worst part of this movie was?
Her thirst for blood.
No, that was cool. That was cool when the whole beach was just covered with people.
Yeah,
bodies and all
I was
that
like,
shit.
whoa.
No, the worst part was the guy, the supposedly old human that was in charge of the Watchers or whatever you call them. And he was like, I'm too old to be immortal. Shut the fuck up. That actor sucked.
Oh yeah, and then Lestat ended up going in there.
Oh, him?
Oh no! It was Marius went in there.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
Because he said
my favorite part.
Radar.
My favorite part of the movie was the whole concert scene. when they were out in the desert, and he was up on the stage and he was singing, and he could see all the vampires that were in the crowd, and the vampires just looked fucking awesome. And then when they went to go attack, how they were just flying towards them.
Yeah.
I loved that whole scene. And then Marius went up there to go help him. And I told Josh, like, now, the way everything is, like, that would be... it would be like that right now if they were at a concert, because everybody...
We got people in Mexico Congress showing shortbread cake alien pictures and shit. And then we got people over here saying, I interviewed this person, senator, and that they was not of human origin. How come these motherfuckers just don't go, look, I'm asking you a question, yes or no? Was it an alien? Was not human origin. Was it an alien?
How big was that alien? He was like about 2 feet tall. Tell the motherfuckers to pull up. I got something for their ass.
No, but that whole concert scene.
The non-human overlords, the thoughts and views of Cobweb do not necessarily represent the thoughts and views. I mean, you pull up if y'all want to give me some money or some space alien powers or some shit like that. But if you want to be sticking probes up my butt and all that, I got enough of that shit with that colonoscopy coming up next week. So,
oh no,
I don't need no more shit stuck up my ass. It's bad enough. I'm gonna go somewhere. I'm gonna dress different. Somebody's gonna knock me out and stick something in my butt. I don't need no aliens doing this shit. It just...
I don't even know where to even go from this. I mean, we were right into.
How are we going from vampires to aliens?
Right, we was a queen of the damn, and we were doing really good. Right, Deb, and now we're talking about Josh is talking about his butt, sticking stuff up his butt. I don't understand your train of thought here. Okay?
People need to go. People, I'm gonna say this right now, no jokes. Go get your colonoscopy. You need to get that shit checked. Find out if you got any polyps or any of that stuff, and yeah, they knock you out and you don't feel nothing. It's all right. You'll be good.
Did I tell you I got a voicemail today?
Is it the ones that you sent me, or is it another voicemail altogether?
No, the ones I sent you.
Oh,
did you get a chance to listen
why are you trying? I'm talking about people's health here. I'm trying to,
because it's like,
stop prostate cancer.
Are you serious? Well, I guess that's a good thing.
My dog's going ape shit in the front. Hold on.
I could hear him on Deb's straight through. Right.
They shut up.
She shut up though.
Yeah, that worked. You know.
So did I tell you about like 2 years before the world got shut down because of our mystery guest that shut the world down? Not supposed to say it because I don't want to start any algorithm stuff going. It's bad enough. Last week we talked about Nazis. I mean, the other stuffs. So yeah, 5 years ago when I got my colonoscopy, I told you what happened.
No, I didn't think you were going to tell me. Now you're going to tell everybody on the pod.
No, I mean people need to take care of their business. We're grown.
Take care of your business, Josh.
Grown ass people right here. So I told the doc I had to get an endoscopy also. That's when they put a camera into your stomach, right? And I told the doctor, I was like, "What do y'all do? Just put the cameras in both ends until they see each other?" And then that's when y'all. He didn't think it was funny.
I didn't think it was funny either, but then I thought about it. I was like, that's a lot.
When do you stop? So here's the thing. I have, amongst all the billions of things that apparently I have where I'm falling apart, I also have diverticulitis, which is in the intestine. So they can't see that part with the camera, right? So they made me swallow.
You can deep sea dive.
Diverticulitis.
I was like, what?
I understand. You get like problems when you deep sea dive. You get like ticks when you go underwater for a long period of time.
Diverticulitis.
You get right. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't understand.
That's not funny, cop. That's not funny.
Diverticulitis means.
Then why are you laughing?
That's not funny.
According to Cobweb, when I dive into water, I get like ticks, and So, the camera for the endoscopy doesn't go all the way down that way. So they made me swallow this pill that's like the size of like that, like a thumb almost, right? And what they do is they take it and they put a magnet on the side of it. Then all of a sudden it starts blinking, boop, boop, with a white light like that, just bright. You swallow the pill, then you have to wear this harness, and you look at the harness and you can see it's a camera. You can see it going through your intestines and everything like that.
Are you serious?
Yes. So here's the thing.
You're awake the whole time doing this?
Yeah, you carry it in your body until you shit it out.
I don't want that. Somebody can watch me take a shit on TV. I don't like that.
No, they're not watching.
What if it doesn't come out that day?
24/7 show.
Right. It's like Ring doorbell and shit.
So look, this is what I did. For those of you who don't know, when you get a colonoscopy, right? So when you get a
camera in your butt.
No, it's a camera up your ass. But what they do is you're on a liquid diet, and you take this stuff to clean out your system. So you when you go to the bathroom, it's mostly clear liquid. You're cleaned out, right? So they told me about this camera, and they're like, "Well, just let it flush, just let it go, right?
Let it go.
Let it go." And I'm like, "All right, bet." No big deal. I am. What? He knows where I'm going with this. It don't. It's damn near indestructible. And I tell you this because I am a videographer. I am a camera person. I own way too many cameras, junky cameras, good cameras, everything like that. I also own a camera that traveled all through my body, and I shit it out into a toilet.
Did you see it when it came out?
I have
it. Still flashing?
Yes, I have the camera around here somewhere.
Whoa.
You should try to sell it.
You still have it?
So what I was trying to explain was
that you have it.
I have it. So let me. I was explaining. I was explaining
that you got it.
My bowel movements were clear, and there was nothing in there because first you're on a cleanse. You're on a flush out your system. Then you're on a liquid diet, and then like there's nothing. It's just like water. So what I was doing was I started putting toilet paper on top of the water so it's floating there on the water, right? And when I go to the bathroom, I check.
And you planned to get this?
I planned to get it, and I got it, and I still have it. I had 90% isopropyl alcohol to clean that shit, and hand sanitizer, and soap and water. And gloves. I still have the camera around here somewhere. I gotta find it.
Don't show me. I don't want to know.
It's just it looks cool.
It just looks like a little pill.
It looks like a big. It looks like a little submarine. I don't want to
see anything that's come out of your butt.
That's how close we've become with you and with all of our viewers.
People. With all of our
big family, and we're sharing this with you.
Right, we're up here talking about things that come. New segment, things that have come out of Josh's butt. I hope it is just shit.
Me too.
Me too. All right.
There's enough tomfoolery going around here.
Like boofoolery. Oh gosh. Oh man. We did get a voicemail message. We gotta figure out.
Are we gonna do that now? Or are we gonna do the calculator doom first?
Okay, let's do it.
Are we playing all three of those segments that you sent over?
They're not that long. It's only like
one of them's like 3 minutes and 48,000 seconds. Right. And then the other one's 30 seconds.
I didn't listen to the second one. I listened to the first one.
You sent me 3.
I know, but like the second one was like maybe 30 seconds. It was like a replay of the first one.
Yeah.
So it's like an extension of the first one.
So we'll play the first and second one here, and then the third one we'll play next week. What do you think?
Yeah.
Because I took a lot of time talking about shitting out of camera.
Yeah, you did. So I'm down with that. So we got this. Wait, I'm looking for my card because I got my.
We need to buy some Uno cards.
You can have some of these motherfuckers. I swear to
So
God.
I want to start doing our nostalgic vote for these movies that came out back in the day, and then our current votes.
Oh. Okay.
But what about the movies that we've never seen?
Then they don't get nostalgic votes.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. So is it that time?
yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me.
La, 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 la.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. The dough that Cobweb sees in his backyard.
I can't help it. I live in a real residential district.
Yeah, you see, you got closer. You got closer
Yeah,
as
it
is.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Good
that.
stuff.
That was good.
All right.
There
So
was no coyotes around. That's why.
starting with our nostalgic one, I'm gonna make some kind of like intro. It's gonna be like back in the day, Doom calculator back in the Doom, you know, something like that. Yeah,
Right.
something like
That sounds cool.
that. Yeah. All right. So I'll go first since I came up with this shit.
Okay.
Back in the day, I would have given this movie an 8, only for the simple fact that Aaliyah was in it, and we got to see her almost naked.
Yeah.
Almost not quite.
Almost. Okay. She was like that through the whole movie.
Yep.
Pretty much.
So 8 from me. Deb, back in the day.
Back in the day, I gave it a 9 because it was like right after Interview with the Vampire. I loved Aaliyah. I was excited, and I did like the movie a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Cowboy.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Back then or now?
Back then.
All right.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. We can go back on the other way. I'm gonna tell you right now. My view hasn't changed.
All right. So
I
it
still think of it the same as then.
It averages
I
an
actually
8 with
appreciate
us.
it more.
It averages an 8 with us. And so Cobweb says it's got a 7 now. Deb, what does it have with you now?
A 7.
7.
It went down.
I give it a 6.
I'll still give it a 7.
Yeah.
So what is it? What is it?
It's a 20 divided by 3. It's a 6 and a bunch of 6s. It's a 7.
Yeah. It went down just a little bit. But honestly, in my views, in my opinion, I value it a little bit more. I think more of it, because I understand what they went through. And that was a very hard time. I mean, that dude right there, I was looking it up about her death, that tragedy of hers. And they said that the plane was overloaded by 700 pounds. And it had one extra, and an extra person was on there that shouldn't even been on it.
And it didn't even blow up. It just hit the ground and kind of bounced.
Man, 700 pounds over
seems kind of fishy, kind of Left Eye Lopez fishy. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I know. Things change. The more they stay the same. It's not like the government would ever just do something like that.
No,
no,
never.
Why would you even think that?
They wouldn't do nothing like that. Say that you came out with a car that runs on water. And
causing all these weird mystery headaches out of nowhere. Everybody.
The food used to taste so much better when I was a kid.
Man,
before
getting rid of the cornucopia out of my underwear.
As soon as Reagan let go of all those restrictions on the FDA back in the 80s, That was about a rap.
You always gotta blame Reagan for everything.
There's a lot you can blame Reagan about. You tell me something can't blame him
I'm
about.
surprised you haven't said that Ronald Reagan killed Aaliyah.
Josh, come on.
I'm surprised. Nope.
Josh, didn't Ronald Reagan die before Aaliyah?
Yes.
So
allegedly.
So why would I think that? Why would I think Ronald Reagan came from the grave and murdered Aaliyah? Come on, Josh. This is a horror podcast.
You just blame everything on Ronald Reagan all the time. I'm like, man, remember when they used to have the McDLT at McDonald's and the hot side was hot and the cold side was cold, and you're like, Ronald Reagan fucked it up. I'm like, bro, what
He did fuck that shit up.
And then they used to have, McDonald's used to have the Arch Deluxe with the grown-up burger. It was made for grown people, and it had the Arch Deluxe sauce and the onions on it, and man, and then you were like, yeah, Ronald Reagan. See,
he did mess up the McDLT though. That was him. I mean, that was on his watch because they started complaining about they were using too much styrofoam, and all these doggone animals are dying everywhere because of the styrofoam. So they let them use it in that.
So because of fucking turtle, I can't get a McDLT.
Exactly, but you can get hotcakes and sausage.
Oh shit!
But you can't get a McDLT.
We were this close to getting McDonald's today.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
we hadn't had McDonald's.
It was cheeseburger. It's National Cheeseburger Day.
Today?
Yeah, you get a double cheeseburger for 50 cents at McDonald's.
No, don't eat that shit. No, don't eat that shit.
Why? What's wrong?
Because Wendy's was supposed to be giving out 1 penny burgers, and yeah, McDonald's was supposed to have some cheap burgers, and all these places were going to have cheap ass burgers. Where do you think they're getting that meat from?
Bro,
Ronald Reagan?
Soylent Green. Have you seen Soylent Green
Ronald
yet?
Reagan, it's his fault.
Cobweb, have you seen Soylent Green yet?
No, I have not.
You need to go watch Soylent Green.
I believe it's Ronald Reagan's fault, honestly, tell the truth, why we got burgers like this.
He's like, here you go, McDonald's. Here's the meat for your 50-cent burgers.
Ronald Reagan did sound nothing.
I know he did something, but I'm trying not to laugh.
Ronald Reagan was like, well, Nancy and I really like those McDonald's McDLTs, and we don't want anyone else to have them. So we're going to get rid of the styrofoam. Well,
dude, let me tell you
nobody
something.
who listens to this fucking podcast even knows who Ronald Reagan is. I'll tell you that right now.
Let me tell you something. Whenever I ever think of like they show like a movie or something like that, and they talk about like the devil or something like that, the picture
it's like Ronald Reagan.
It does. Ronald Reagan. And they say,
why?
You know, like, oh, the devil. I don't know, because he's the fucking devil. That's why.
He's talking shit about Ronald Reagan, and look, it's making this vein on the side of my head pop up right here.
Why? Oh, are you Ronald Reagan?
Well, no.
What we
Let's play these voicemails.
Instead of McDonald's, we had Bush's chicken.
Bush's fried chicken. Good. Not like George Bush. Now we ain't talking about Reagan and Bush. It's spelled completely different. Spelled completely different. All right, I got this shit right here. All right, give us
from Crystal, right?
Give us a little backstory of what's going on right here.
All right, so what's going on? We finally got a voicemail message from somebody with a scary story or something that they had, you know. So we got one from Crystal, and she dropped a line on here, you know. So she sent me a voicemail message with a scary story that happened to her when she was a kid.
Nice. Are y'all ready for this?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Starting with part 1.
Hello, and welcome to Pie Man. So once upon a time, when I was in elementary school, I used to go up to Modesto to visit my grandpa and my grandma, and they lived, you know, in a motor home. So, you know, kind of eerie when you go up there, and especially when you go up in the middle of the night because it takes forever to get there. Well, secondly, my grandma has some pie made which we all know we all want some of that pie. So first night, my dad's sleeping on the couch. Me and my mom are in the bedroom. We hear my dad scream. And we all wake up and run over there. And he goes, somebody was eating pie in the kitchen. And, it scares the fuck out of all of us because he's like, I heard the pie tin go quick, 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 quick. And I'm over there scared as shit as a little kid, like, oh my God, there is a pie man and he may get me in the middle of the night. I better fucking be careful. I slept with my bunny that whole night. I was all scared. And in the morning, we just made fun of my dad. Like, you just wanted a reason to blame that the pie was gone. So you blamed it on the pie ghost man.
Okay.
The pie ghost man?
There's another part. I just want to say I am very comfortable with Crystal. I don't know who she is, but she sounds like she lives next door to us. She sounds very San Antonio.
Yeah, she does.
She sounds kind of chola, to be honest with you.
Hey, there's a part 2, isn't it?
Yeah, there's the next part. But I'm just saying, I mean, she sounds like one of us from over here. I'm code switching and using my call center voice when we do the podcast. So, and Deborah does the same thing. Deborah's like, pues, orle, what's going on? Why are you looking at that way, fool? I te watch. That's how Deborah normally sounds.
Yeah, and then I have this squeaky voice for the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, like what do they call chola?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, Deb, we're gonna go out and get something to eat, and she's like, chale we. I'm like, what?
What?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even understand that dialect. I don't even understand.
So thanks, Crystal, for calling up and sounding like our next door neighbors. But okay. So you want to hear the next part?
Yeah.
Okay, and disclosure. Hearing my dad scream made me extra scared because he's 5'8", looks like a cholo that, likes to surf, I guess, on the weekends. And so he's this big, tough dude that can fucking walk out in the middle of the night, not scared to rock your world. You hear him scream, you're like, what the fuck is going on? That's the real fear right there. Like, home dude screaming, there must be something up or scary as fuck.
There you go. So you were right, Josh.
Pues órale, hit rewind so we can hear it again. No.
That's what's up. Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you,
Yes,
Crystal.
thank
We
you.
appreciate it. And we're not making fun of you. Seriously, I'm being legit. Like if she was on pod or whatever, we'd feel very comfortable and very natural around her, right, Deb?
Yep.
All right, so okay, now let's get a vote on this. Do you guys think that it was her dad eating the pie?
Yes.
Or was there somebody that was really a ghost eating the pie?
I think it was a dad eating the pie.
I think he was eating the pie, and then
Yeah, he was.
yeah. Can that shit happen? Yes, it can.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what.
But that was the dad eating the pie.
He was eating the pie.
It was probably like it probably smelled real good, and then and then
Well,
after
why would he wake everybody up though? Just
well, because he was
screaming?
only gonna get one little slice, and that one little slice got a little bit bigger, got a little bit bigger, got a little bit bigger.
Got a little bit
Then he got like 37% of the pie, and he was like, "Fuck, we were gonna have that tomorrow. How do I play it off? Ah, cucuy! It's a fucking cucuy that ate the pie. It wasn't me."
No way. Are you serious?
Why do I think her dad sounds like Chucky?
I don't know. I don't know.
Or it could be like,
I don't know who ate the pie, but I heard the cucuy and he had the fork and the knife and he was cutting the pie and I was like, somebody come help me because there's a cucuy.
and he's the cucuy pie man. It's because you're thinking of my Uncle Steve.
Dude, Chucky's voice is a tribute to your Uncle Steve.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that.
Yep, that's my Uncle Steve.
That's where we're at right now.
Crystal, we are not making fun of your dad. Hopefully you know
No, we're
about
not.
Chucky and all that. We're not making fun of your story. We love your story. Thank you.
And
Right,
it made
you
me
wanna play
think of
part-
Cheech. And yes, and then I gave a little bit more dust to the deer.
Little more for Santa Claus. Well, that has nothing to do with the pie, Deborah. Where did you get that from? You're just fucking up the story.
When you were saying about that he got a little piece for him.
Oh yeah, and then he ate too much, and he was like, "Shit, I gotta cover up the story."
Yeah. And when you were saying that, Cheech came in my head. Like,
I still don't understand.
Okay, what you got?
I would have just got up and just said I ate it.
Well, I mean,
but you don't know Mexican families.
Yeah, you know what? But you know what? By doing it like that, everybody knew he ate it. But why would he say what?
I will agree with Deborah, because in a Mexican family, right? If they find out that you ate most of the pie, then you're gonna be that fat ass. You're gonna for the rest of your life, they're gonna call you gordo, or they're gonna call you some kind of messed up shit because you ate all the pie. But if you say like a ghost ate the pie, and then people are gonna be like, oh shit.
And then like in the Mexican families, this is gonna sound dumb, but like in the Mexican families, you always have to tell that one little story for the kids to be like,
scare them not to mess with shit,
to mess with them or to make them laugh. Because like with my Uncle Steve, he used to do that to us all the time, and he used to say like Santa Claus would come, or like the Llorona was gonna come, or different stories. So that's like the Mexican thing.
Wait. Okay. That whole Lorena, or what? How you say?
La Llorona.
La Llorona.
Why would you want to even tell your children about that?
Because
that's some scary ass shit. That's something.
Look here, you little bastards! Y'all talking shit. La Llorona, who threw her kids in the water and drowned her kids, they're gonna come for you. And if she fucking drowned her kids, what do you think she's gonna do to you? Shut the fuck up. We're in the store. I'm not going to buy you Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe. I already told you 5 times, Josh, not to be fucking asking for toys when... Oh.
Or like when they're telling you to behave, or else they're going to call the donkey lady. And then there was a number for the donkey lady.
Fuck you up.
Wait, the who lady?
The donkey lady.
Who's the donkey lady?
Bro, you don't know the donkey lady?
What the hell are you talking about?
I thought I knew you. The donkey lady.
You know what's that thing? No goddamn donkey lady. What the hell is
so
this? Like,
there was
like
this
Candyman or some shit?
No, is it? Well, kind of, because she got burnt. She got burnt, and it gave her the breathing problems because her face got burnt and her hands got all burnt-ified, and then people thought she was a donkey, and she lives out in the Donkey Lady Bridge, and you know how people talk shit back then. You know now you're not supposed to point out that people.
Where
right
is
there
this
by
bridge?
Donkey Lady's house.
Yeah, down the street. Then you go up 10 miles.
Down the street
off
from
of
your
Military.
House.
Yeah, like you're going down Military Road, and then you go like you're gonna go to where the ghost tracks are at. But if you go right,
but if you go to the right, you don't know about the ghost tracks.
I don't know goddamn ghost tracks.
Ghost tracks are so real.
Donkey Lady.
Ghost tracks are so real and so whatever that they've been trying to disprove them all this time. They even came up with stories that, the story that y'all are saying didn't really happen. It happened in another town, and San Antonio's claiming it for their own. I'm like, gravity, motherfucker. Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to say.
But yeah, the donkey lady used to call her up, and it would scare you.
So here's the thing. They would tell us stories about the donkey lady, right? And then they would dial this number. It's like, look, this is the donkey lady's number, right? And then you'd hear it. Your
parents did this to you?
Parents, cousins,
aunts,
friends,
uncles,
teachers.
That's horrible.
That's Mexicans.
That's how you learn.
That's Mexicans.
That's how you learn.
That's how you learn.
You learn through fear and turmoil.
Yeah.
Anxiety.
That's a Mexican family for you.
Oh my God. I couldn't imagine. That's horrible. I would never do my kids like that.
So here's the thing. Here.
This is scary. Wait, what are you calling her now?
So hold up.
It's a fax machine.
So,
I ain't heard that one of those in a long time. You call the donkey? They would call the donkey. They would tell you that they were going to call the donkey lady on you?
So here's the thing. Back in the day, they're like, we're going to call the donkey lady, right? And picture this. Deborah and I were born in 19...
Okay.
Right? In the 70s and grew up in the 80s and got married in the 90s and all that shit. Right? So they would tell you, keep in mind that people didn't know about technology and all that back then because we didn't have internet. We didn't have shit like that. Nobody knew. Al Gore hadn't invented the internet yet.
Yeah.
You know.
It was Reagan's fault.
Yeah, this is all Reagan's fault. Right. Yeah, this shit done a long time ago. Reagan had to slow his ass up.
So like I said earlier about Mexicans fucking up your name and then you're stuck up being called fat ass all the time. My cousin Rebecca, right, who grew up as Chunky, we called her Chunky because as a baby, she was chunky. She wasn't chunky. She wasn't chunky as a toddler or as a child or anything like that. But because she was a fat little baby, then she got stuck being called Chunky all her life because that's what we do. But anyways,
oh my God.
So Chunky was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna call the donkey lady. I got the donkey lady's number from Poncho next down the street and shit like that." I'm like, "All right." So she calls up the donkey lady, and we're all there, right? And then all of us next to the phone. Trying to listen, 4 of us trying to listen to the phone because we didn't have speaker phones and shit like that. And then this shit pops up.
Oh my God, it's the donkey lady. Listen to her screaming.
Yeah, it's a dial-up. It was a handshake. It was a fax handshake. That's what it's fucking called.
That's what you guys were thinking?
It was an audible handshake. And it's a fucking donkey lady because that's what you do. You terrify your family members and that's how you learn.
Do the donkey lady. That's you know, I'm sorry. I never had my
we have La Llorona.
Like that.
We have the donkey lady. We have La Lechuza.
The Lechuza, fuck.
We have the Chupacabra.
We have the police.
I mean,
we have
right. The black people don't have too many supernatural creatures in our lives. We have enough bullshit going on right now. So, we don't need no extra bullshit. That's why you only see the only black horror person you've ever seen has been Candyman, and that was it. That's enough. We don't need anything else. Okay, this is no shit out here fucking with us all goddamn time for us to be on some other motherfucker doing some shit.
Okay,
right.
Go ahead. I'm good.
It's true. I can say this.
We have the Pinche Fang Baby.
The Pinche Fang Baby of Old Pearsall Road. Pinche Fang Baby.
Pinche Fang Baby. Oh my God.
You don't know about the Fang Baby? Oh man.
Where do you guys live at? On the cusp of reality? I mean, like, what is going on out there?
We live on the corner. We live in the corner of walk and don't walk.
Oh man. Oh, your calendar is it like an extra day that says December the 32nd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Halloween is coming.
I don't know why y'all think Halloween only comes once a year. That's all.
We need to do La Llorona.
Okay. We're gonna do that next week? No, we do something else. We got some other stuff up.
Man, and then Hollywood goes and gentrifies our stories.
Yeah, that's what I was like, I don't know.
The Woman in Black. You mean La Llorona? No, this is the woman in black that accidentally killed her children after. Oh, you mean La Llorona?
Right, I've seen that movie, La Llorona. There was a woman. I don't think I've seen a woman in black.
Same.
Well, La Llorona, it's like in the same The Conjuring.
Yeah, Conjuring.
The people that,
the Conjureverse.
I saw. Oh yeah, okay.
I don't even know if we're still podcasting because we're just talking shit.
Yeah, we are podcasting.
And this is what we do. This is us. This is Costa.
What the
fuck are we? Casting
we already did the Doom.
Right.
Oh wow! I didn't even use the button that time.
Right, and we still
for those of y'all that want to know what it sounds like without me hitting the button, that was it.
Hey, if it's
That's my impersonation of the Cave of Wonders. Hey, new edition. Whoever signs up for the Patreon,
Mr. Telephone Man.
Brand new Patreon people.
Yep. This copy right here, new edition, is all yours.
I'm still a little sad that Cobweb stole my thunder. I was trying to bring out my Cave of Wonders Aladdin voice, and he brings out New Edition.
Yeah,
Who
right.
disturbs my slumber?
Yeah, close, Deborah, close.
It's all good.
You've heard my Cave of Wonders, right?
No, what's the Cave of Wonders?
Who disturbs my slumber?
You're slow?
Slumber, but the microphone killed the. But the reason I do that because that's the same voice for Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
I'll
Yes,
get
it
you,
is.
Gadget, next time.
It is. It
Which
really
is the same guy that does the voice of Megatron, but I can't do Megatron's voice. I'm working on it. So
But you got the Dr. Claus down pat.
yes,
Yeah.
Gadget.
You see, it just
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah. I'm working on Megatron.
Inspector Gadget. Do-do-do-do-do.
I told you.
I was trying to watch Get Smart over the weekend, but it kept messing up.
We are not talking about horror movies. We're just having a horrible podcast. Good conversation. Good conversation.
We're an hour and 20 minutes into this. Let's wrap this up.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So thanks for tuning in to Cast of the Pod. Sorry if we went off the rails on that one. We've been going off the rails a lot lately, but we're enjoying our conversation with ourselves. Hopefully y'all are too. We want to bring y'all into it. Now that we're using StreamYard, we can do that, especially for our Patreon pod people. If y'all want to get in and set us straight and be like, y'all need to talk about the movies more instead of talking about La Llorona and Josh's butt, stuff like that. We want to interact. And as we learned in our cousin pod, a lot of people don't like interacting, but some people do. And if you do, hit us up because we're down for it. And we're down to stay on track. We're down to talk. We're gonna have movies where all we're gonna talk about are movies. But I mean,
Sometimes we have conversations.
Sometimes we talk about stuff. And I promise I will cut down on my anus speak.
But what if some people like your anus speak?
No,
the things that come out of Josh's butt.
.com.
The things that make you go,
I don't want to go,
I got medication to take. It's 9:30 Central. I was supposed to take it at 7.
Oh God, I love you. Wrap it up, Josh. Oh.
All right,
take us home.
So until next time, you got Cobweb at Cobweb411, Deb at Deb Mrs. OMG. I'm at the Old Mary Gamer. I have Cast of the Pod on there just to remind y'all. Hit us up at Cast of the Pod. Call us at 786-763-2278. We are the Cast of the Pod, and you have been warned. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good one, y'all.
I was going to bring up the old wrestling reference, the Brother Love. I love you. We love you. Wrestling. We can talk wrestling. We can do it. I mean, we can talk Cast of the Pod. All right, we're done.
Still recording?
Yeah.
Peace.
Oh, God.
Bye.